Peace and greetings, family. I am Michelle, better known as the Original Titan, and welcome to the group called Holomind Perceiver, where we will be discovering and breaking down parts of the circuit board. Before us, we see a picture of the Holomind Perceiver. We see numbers, we see colors, we see different sigils, we see circles and different black nodes, a lot of different things that we may not be very familiar with, but that's okay. We're going to break it down piece by piece, quadrant by quadrant. And as we see that there are 9 quadrants on this particular graph. We're going to be dealing with mind, number, time, and space. No, we're not going to deal with all of that in this one session. But let me just explain what the Holomind Perceiver is. It's a circuit board. That's what we're looking at. It's a holographic nanochip. It's an evolving extrasensory organ, something that connects us to something higher besides touch, taste, smell, sound, and vision. It's the 7th mental sphere of radial consciousness, meaning it's all over, everywhere, being conscious of everything, being aware. My Father is intrinsic awareness. I feel the heat. To be aware is where we're going with this, so that we can know how to go beyond the firmament. That's what this is all about. Now, this is a nanochip. It's based precisely on fractal time, okay, of the universal time. In other words, it's a small part of universal time, but that's all we need to get out of here, okay, out of the dome. And how do we get this nanochip? It's telepathically imprinted, and it's going to be an act of self-evolution. So that means that nobody's going to be on the same level. Its origin, talking about the Holomind Perceiver, is in the being codes of the Sirius Star Council. Now, we're aware of the Sirius Star Council mainly from ancient Kemet, where there was a lot of activity going on. Our ancient kin folk, okay, are helping us in activating Earth's noosphere. What is a noosphere? It's Earth's mind, her memory, okay? So the Star Council is giving Earth this information, these codes for her brain, and we're picking it up. We're tapping in. We're learning how to use this evolving organ. So we begin by isolating the other quadrants, and we're left with the 4 outer ones that we call these the mental spheres. They're also called dimensions. It is how we tell time with our 28-day calendar and our 13-moon system. We're not going to go over to the synchrotron again. We're not going to do that, but what we're going to do is show you this picture and then take each of these quadrants one by one and go over the information that it contains. For the first time dimension, we call it cosmic creation. And this particular dimension is the crown of the 4th dimensional body of destiny. It is going to be located on the right side in the back of your head. Right side back. Here we see 2 red V-looking emblem, okay? This is the intergalactic channel Alpha Alpha, right here, where the 2 V's are, and then we see the line connecting it. When we see that intergalactic channel, we know that we are talking cosmic creation. This is also the first mental sphere of preconscious, where we have and experience profound samadhi. Samadhi meaning profound awareness. It's also known as part of the biopsychic plane. What is a biopsychic plane? It is a plane of spirit. When we are looking at this part, we're looking at the back of the head, but we're also looking at the spiritual part of our head in the back. Okay? That's very important to remember. This is a plane of spirit. This whole area, talking about the dimension, first mental sphere, it's about what we bring to the planet. That's what this is going to consist of. All of these things that we see before we even break it down to the circuits. It's about what we bring to the planet concerning our gifts, concerning karma. It's where we learn our autonomic functions. All of that is developed in this area. What do we mean by automatic functions? We're talking about our behaviors, our beliefs. Sometimes our behaviors and our beliefs didn't actually come from the family. It may be something that we brought from another past life. And nobody knows why you believe that in your family, because like, where did she get that from? We're not from, because you brought that from another life. It's also about, I'm talking about the autonomic functions. We're talking about family patterns here. We're talking about behaviors. We see the likeness in our behaviors and our relatives, different patterns like that. When we talk about the first time dimension, first mental sphere, it's also the area that affects our metabolic functions. Okay? When we say metabolic functions, we're talking like, who do you look most like, your father or your mother? Do you look like auntie so-and-so or uncle so-and-so or grandma? Okay? These are metabolic natural functions that we obtain from the genes, such as our looks, once again, who we favor. Are we a short people? Are we a tall people? What type of family history ailments do we have? Are we allergic to tomato sauce or things like this? This area contains autonomic and metabolic functions. Also, what we bring to the planet, our gifts and our karma. When we talk about the first time dimension, first mental sphere, we're also talking about what can I change about myself? Cosmic creation. What I'm not a victim here, in other words. If it's something that I'm doing or some type of thing that is not serving me, I have to have the ability to change it. But before I can do that, I have to be aware of what it is that I need to change. Right? Now, notice that each of these number patterns, we see 7 circuits. I'm going to count them. Follow my pointer here. This is the first circuit. I'm going diagonal. This is the second circuit, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Notice that I'm going diagonal and I'm going inward toward the Huneb-Ku. Okay? Even though we don't have a picture of the Huneb-Ku or any other quadrant, because we're in the first time dimension, first mental sphere quadrant, I just counted out 7 circuits. Now, what does that mean? Each circuit is going to represent a planet. So the first circuit is going to represent Mercury. So let's count. It has 13 units, 1 through 13. Mercury, 13 units. Next, we go to the second circuit. That's going to be ruled by the planet Venus. And as we can see, there are 11 units. If we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Follow my pointer. That's Venus with 11 units. Next, we go to the third circuit. And we go down and begin to count because this is Earth. And it has 9 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next circuit, which happens to be the master control module, it is Mars, ruled by Mars. Let's count it because there's 7 units starting from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next circuit, which is the 3D, 4D alternate phase unit, that's going to be governed by Maude. It is the fifth circuit and has 5 units. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth circuit, which is the intergalactic channels of Alpha Alpha, standing for cosmic creation, the first mental sphere of preconscious. And we're going to start from the bottom here. There are 3 units, 1, 2, and 3. Lastly, the seventh circuit, which is governed and represented by Saturn. It is 1 unit. It's also neutral. It is neither supplementing, neither is it activating. It is neutral. Some people call this a portal. That we're not going to go over the colors just yet. We will eventually go over the colors, but for right now, we're going to keep the videos below 15 minutes for homework. I want you to go to the lawoftime.org website where all of this information can be found and look up the planets. Look up from Mercury through Saturn. Now, they were only dealing with 7 planets because there are only 7 circuits on each of the outer mental spheres and time dimensions. Okay? All of this stuff will make sense as we continue on. But for right now, I want to say, look up the planets and see what archetypes they represent as well. This is information to imprint. It's not something that's very difficult for you to do. You can look at this video as much as you like. It is for free. And we're going to say thanks to the divine ancestors for giving us information to help us to go to higher planes. Peace to the God.